Students, in this video we are going to solve problems related to the three formulas that we derived in the previous video. Here if you look at the question, evaluate integration of dx divided by 1 minus 4x square. Actually it is the quadratic expression in which the middle term is missing. We know that generally the quadratic expression will be in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. Here if you observe it, the middle term will be missing. If you observe all these three formulas, you just look at this, the middle term, that is coefficient of x term will be 0, coefficient of x will be 0. So we have x square and then constant, x square constant and constant minus x square. So this problem can be easily identified that it can be solved using those three formulas, one of those three formulas, because here also the middle term, that is coefficient of x is 0, the middle term is missing. But if you observe one more thing here, what you need to observe is, if you look at all the formulas, all the three formulas, coefficient of x square is 1, but here coefficient of x square is 4. So what we need to do is, we need to make this coefficient of x square as 1 and then we can proceed with the formula. So in order to make this coefficient of x square as 1, what we can do is, in the denominator if you take 4 as common, then the coefficient of x square will be 1. So what we do is, when we take 4 as common, it becomes 1 by 4 minus x square by 1, and this 1 by 4 constant can be taken outside, and then the question becomes integration of dx divided by 1 by 4 can be written as 1 by 2 whole square, because here all the formulae, the constants are written in square. That's why we convert this 1 by 4 as 1 by 2 whole square and then minus x square. Now if you compare this integration, we can see that it comes under this formula. This 1 by 2 is a constant, a square minus x square. So integration of dx divided by a square minus x square formula is 1 by 2a into log mod a plus x divided by a minus x. In place of a we will substitute 1 by 2 and then x will be maintained as it is. So the answer for this question will become this 1 by 4 as it is. This 1 by 4 as it is. For this integration we will have, as per the formula, 1 by 2a. In place of a we substituted 1 by 2 log mod, actually here I should write mod, log mod a plus x divided by a minus x plus c. Now we will do further simplification. 2 will get cancelled and then this 1 by 4 will be multiplied inside the bracket, and then we have log mod. If you do cross multiplication, it becomes 1 plus 2x divided by 2 whole divided by 1. Again in the denominator, if we apply cross multiplication technique, we get this 2 will get cancelled. So finally after multiplying this 1 by 4 inside the bracket, we get 1 by 4 into log mod to 1 plus 2x, otherwise 2x plus 1 divided by 1 minus 2x plus c. I hope you can understand this question very easily. Now we move on to next question. The question is, evaluate integration of dx divided by 32 minus 2x square. Here again it is a quadratic expression, and here the middle term, that is coefficient of x is 0. Middle term is not there. Hence this problem comes under these three formulae. But as I said already, in these three formulas the coefficient of x square must be 1, but here coefficient of x square is 2. So we must make this coefficient of x square as 1. In order to make this as 1, we take 2 as common in the denominator. When we take 2 as common, the question becomes 32 by 2 minus x square. This 1 by 2 can be taken outside the integration, so the question becomes integration of dx divided by 32 by 2 can be written as 16 minus x square. This 16 can be written as 4 square minus x square, because you know that in the formula we must have constant value in terms of square. So we wrote this 16 as 4 square. Now if you compare it with the formula, this formula coincides with this question. So integration of dx divided by a square minus x square is equal to 1 by 2a into log mod a plus x divided by a minus x plus c. So in place of a we have 4. So we must substitute it. This 1 by 2 is written as it is as per the formula 1 by 2. In place of a we are substituting 4 into log of a plus x divided by a minus x. After simplification, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. We get this final answer. I hope now you are very thorough with the concept. Now we move on to next question. Evaluate integration of x square divided by 1 minus x power 6 dx. Here it is not in the quadratic form, but this can be it can be converted in terms of quadratic. This x power 6 can be written in the form of like this. X power 6 can be written as x cube whole square, and then if we take x cube as t, we get 3. When we do derivative on both sides, we get 3x square dx is equal to dt, and in place of x square dx we can substitute dt by 3. When you rewrite this question in the form of t using substitution technique, if you observe it, the question becomes like this. In place of x square dx we can substitute dt divided by 3. 3 has been written outside. This 1 is written as it is minus in place of x cube if you substitute t. So it is in the formula, normal formula that we have seen. So we are applying the formula directly. So 1 by 3 is written as it is. The formula is 1 by 2a into log mod a plus x divided by a minus x. We substituted the corresponding values there. After that, in place of t we must substitute x cube. When we substitute x cube, we get the final answer. This problem is the combination of substitution technique as well as this some special integral type. Now we move on to next question. The evaluate integration of sin x divided by 1 minus 4 cos square x dx. Actually here it can be written as sin x dx divided by 1 square minus 4 I have 2 cos x whole square. Here I assume cos x as t, because here when we do derivative of cos x we will get sin x. That's why we are considering cos x. Cos x is equal to t, which implies that when we do derivative on both sides it becomes minus sin x dx is equal to dt. We need sin x dx, so we are transferring this minus sign to the opposite side. So sin x dx is equal to minus dt. So in place of sin x dx we are substituting minus dt, and 1 square as it is, this minus as it is, 2 square is 4. In place of cos x we are substituting t square. You can understand this if you compare it. Here instead of writing this, if you look at this, you can understand this. In place of this for cos square we are substituting t square. You know that it comes in the formation of quadratic expression without middle term, and the coefficient of t square should be 1. In order to make this coefficient of t square as 1, we are taking 4 as common in the denominator. So when we take 4 as common in the denominator, we get 1 by 4 minus t square. Here now coefficient of t square is 1, but here in the constant also should be written in the form of square. So 1 by 4 can be written as 1 by 2 whole square minus t square. Now it is in the form of integration of dx divided by a square minus x square formula. So we can apply that formula. 1 minus 1 by 4 has been kept as it is. The formula is 1 by 2a log mod a plus x divided by a minus x, and in place of a and x we are substituting the corresponding values. After that we are just doing the cross multiplication. When after doing some simplification we are getting this step, and then in place of t we can substitute cos x. This is the final answer for this question. I hope you understand this problem also. In this problem also we are using substitution technique and this special type of integral to solve this problem. Next we move on to next question. Again here also we will use substitution technique as well as this special type, because here we have cot square, cosecant square. We will convert this in terms of t square so that it becomes quadratic without middle term. So what we can do is we can take cot x as t. So when we do derivative on both sides, we get minus cosecant square x dx is equal to dt. So when we transfer this minus sign, we get cosecant square dx is equal to minus dt. So in this place we can substitute minus dt, and 1 minus in place of cot we can substitute t. Now it is in the form of the formula. Here constant should be written in the square form. So we wrote it as 1 square minus t square. Here coefficient of t square is 1. So we need not take anything as common. Now it is in the direct formula method. So we can write 1 by 2a into log mod a plus x divided by a minus x, and then in place of t we are substituting cot x. With this we are completing this video. I hope these problems are easy when compared to the previous concepts we learned. Thank you students. Thanks for your cooperation.